Hello, everyone. Hopefully, if you've been practicing with me, you are noticing some of the benefits associated with yoga. There are so many. Better flexibility, posture, and balance. It makes you stronger and can prevent cartilage and joint breakdown, especially important if you are working these areas hard on the pavement or at the gym. Yoga protects the spine and builds better bones. It helps to drain the lymph nodes so it boosts immunity. It can decrease your blood sugar, improve allergy conditions, take care of your nervous system, help with digestive issues, and make more room for the lungs to function. Need more reasons to do yoga? It eases pain, assists with depression and anxiety, builds focus, and leads to an improved lifestyle. What's not to love? And speaking of love, I have a special guest today. You may have seen her around, and if you haven't, you probably will. She is busy bringing her love and energy to the community. Her name is Jacki Rose, and she is from HeartSong Wellness Center. It's a new collaborative in Milford that brings together many facets of the health and wellness community. Hi, Jacki. Thanks for coming on the show again.
Thank you, Marsha.
Of course, one of the pieces of cultivating a healthy lifestyle is bringing calmness and balance to body and mind. We can accomplish this through doing yoga. At HeartSong, there are several yoga classes available, as well as many other opportunities. This organization is based in a beautiful old building in downtown Milford with lovely interior spaces for the activities there. Not only that, I've spent most of my life in Milford and I love it here. So I'm moved by this enrichment that is taking place through the efforts of Jacki Rose and the HeartSong community. So HeartSong is not just about yoga. There's a whole story to hear. So please tell us, what is this all about, Jacki?
Thank you, Marsha. Well, that was a great introduction and a great background. And let me just tell you that the building, the old building that it's in, it's a very historical building. It's the first Unitarian Universalist church on 23 Pine Street in Milford, and is no longer acting as a church. And right now there is the most affordable daycare in the area is out of that church during the day. And the church also serves community supper for Sunday nights every week. So anybody in need for a meal can come out and have a meal. And it's all volunteer run. So about a year ago, they started HeartSong, and I just recently took it over. However, I've been involved with HeartSong for about a year on the committee, attending the programs, attending yoga. And so it's been about a year old, and they brought it in because, one of the reasons is, there isn't really services going on anymore. And they saw it happening, something similar at another church, and they thought this might be really, really great because it was to bring in a program that was going to be open to everybody. It was going to be non-denominational, it's spiritual, it's health and wellness. And so they brought in a wonderful person, I hope it's okay to mention her name, Donna Morin.
Yes.
And she actually started it up from scratch, and she worked very hard and got it to a great place. And a year later, she recommended me to take it over, and that because I did a lot with it for the past year, being on the HeartSong committee and again attending programs. So I am very excited to have taken it over and have really been working hard and really bringing really high quality programs to the community. And the other thing I was mentioning about the building, I believe it was built in the 1600s. And if you go in, we just rented it out because the building is for rent as well. We rent it out to private groups. And last night I rented it out to a Kundalini yoga group that they needed a place because their original location was being renovated or something. So they came in, and some of them were saying that, oh my gosh, I can't believe, every person that walked into the sanctuary was like, wow, wow. They couldn't believe the beautiful space they were able to have this yoga class in. And the instructor said, oh my gosh, I have been here before and I can't believe the changes you have made to it. It's just so beautiful. And one of the changes we made is we took out most of the pews. So we're using the sanctuary for our yoga, for our lectures, for our workshops, meditation. So it's really been working out quite nicely.
It is a beautiful space, and I taught a little bit of yoga there for a while, and I watched as they moved through this process of removing the pews a little at a time. As you know, the church population kind of got lesser. They are expanding in this manner, and in this way, non-denominationally, bringing all of these things together. Very different things. I took some ballroom dancing class there, just all kinds of different stuff. And you know all about these programs.
Yes, and I'd love to let you know what's coming up, if that's okay.
Yes.
Right? So we've had these wonderful flyers, and you know, anybody can come by. Well, actually, you should just go to the website. Let me just tell you now, at HeartSong Spiritual Wellness.com or first UUMilford.org. It will take you to the same place. And when you go to the website, you will see lots and lots of events, everything that's coming up, the full calendar. We have programs right now scheduled through March 1st, believe it or not. I tell people I have a disease, I have an addiction, and it's planning events, and I have to really slow down. But one of the things that we have ongoing every single week is yoga on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings from 9:15 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And it's for all levels, even first-timers. And on Saturday mornings, we have yoga from 8 to 9:15 a.m. We also have Tai Chi. We just started Tai Chi. Jeannie Donnelly is the instructor, and she is phenomenal. So if anyone's out there interested in ever to learn Tai Chi, or you want to get back to it, or just want to continue, this is a wonderful class. So it's Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then we just started doing Zen Tangle as well, and that's what I teach. And I was on this show last year, about, I think it was a year ago or so, about my Zen Tangle business, which is mindful drawing.
Yes.
And so we do that every Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. And that's no experience necessary for Zen Tangle. It's just more of a meditative type of art.
It's wonderful. I enjoy it. And I went to last week's session there on Sunday. You said Sunday, Saturday. What was
Sunday.
it? Sunday. And it was a great time, great fun. And I think it's enjoyable for anyone. Anybody can go to that and have a good time.
Exactly. So for many of you who have children or not, but this is the time for kind of get away and have some peace and serenity to yourself. And that's what a lot of these HeartSong programs are for. The Zen Tangle, the yoga, the Tai Chi. But not only that, also we have workshops and lectures. We've had wonderful programs on healthy cooking by Colin McCullough. We love him. And he'll teach us how to prepare foods that are very healthy, plant-based, organic, and just easy to make and delicious. So he comes in about once a month. And we're doing a fabulous workshop, almost like you can make it a full day retreat. On Saturday, January 7th, it's a vision board hypnosis retreat. So we have Mary Rubino, who actually, I don't know if she's been on your show, but I know she used to do what you do in Medway, have her own show, and she's a hypnotist. And so to start the whole new year off, people will come and make a vision board to really for how you want your life to look for the next year, 2017, and then she's going to do a group hypnosis to kind of make that vision sink in. So it's going to be a fun afternoon from 1 to 5, and then if you want, you can make it a full day retreat by coming to Tai Chi, and then we're going to do a special Zen Tangle class after that. We're going to have chair massages for the first 10 people who sign up. Actually, we're kind of working on getting more another chair masseuse so everyone can get a chair massage if they want to. And Colin McCullough will be there to give us lunch, and a nice healthy lunch. So it's going to be a very lovely day. And again, that's on the website, Saturday, January 7th, and it's already starting to fill up. It's going to be a great day. So we do these one-day retreats and afternoon programs. And I really want to mention, I don't know if this will air by then, but next week, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the date of today, but... No,
go ahead.
Okay.
And if it does, it probably won't.
Well, it's okay because there's going to be a follow-up program. We have Reverend Lisa Fournier. She dropped her maiden name.
Right.
And she's an inter-spiritual minister, as well as a grief recovery specialist. And yeah.
Is this like a non-denominational? How does
Yes.
this apply to? Yes.
Yes, everything's non-denominational, and Lisa is also, she's an interfaith minister, so it's all religions. And she's going to come and do a program on Thursday, December 8th, which may have already passed by the time this airs, on how to grievers during the holidays, how to, whether it's a loss of a loved one, whether it's a loss of a job, a divorce, etc. So she talks about how to get over losses. And she's also doing an 8-week certification workshop at HeartSong starting January 16th. And that's going to be fabulous. That's also on the website, HeartSongSpiritualWellness.com. And so I think it'll be a very powerful program for anybody who just can't get over any type of loss that they've had.
Yeah, and especially tough around the holidays. And I think everybody knows someone who's had to go through that grief process around this time of year is really tough. That sounds excellent. Such a wide variety of programs, and that's what's impressed me. These talks really cover all kinds of different things.
Yes, and we even do concerts. And on January 21, again, I don't know if this will air by then, but if so, we have a wonderful concert at 7 p.m. at HeartSong by Kay Kelly. I think that's her name here. And it's going to be just a lovely Kay Kelly concert, and it's just $20 to come. It's just going to be a very lovely evening.
And what type of music is that?
Well, she's going to be, that's a very good question. She's a soloist, so it's just be her, and it's going to be kind of she's more of a soft, folksy type, and you can listen to her on her website. That's Kay Kelly, but it's just a lovely, relaxing type of music.
Nice, mellow stuff. Good.
Exactly. And also I have to, oh my God, this is going to be our big event. I mean, the concert's going to be great, but then I'm very excited about on Saturday, January 28th, we have Maureen Kayada. She's a psychic medium.
Yes.
Yes.
So
and
interesting.
We're going to sell out of this one. And
That's
she's
great.
amazing. I first discovered her when the Milford Area Chamber of Commerce had her in for a special event. And she went around, and people from the other side, loved ones who have passed, came through, and she was able to give messages to people in the audience, and that's what she's going to do for us.
That's fascinating.
It's going to be, and even if you're not a non-believer,
Right.
just come. You'll love it. It's just amazing.
That sounds fantastic. Yeah. You've really covered a broad area of different subjects. Now, talk a little bit about your background, because I find that fascinating.
Thank you. I have a diverse background that would probably take up a lot more than a few minutes, but in a nutshell, I've had my own public speaking business for many years. I've written a few books on presentation skills, and so I do coach business professionals or anybody really who have presentations to give.
And that is like the #1 fear, really, is public speaking. So yeah.
Yes, it is.
You're helping a lot of people out with that. Right?
Exactly, and I don't know, it's a very common joke you might have heard. Jerry Seinfeld will say, well, the #1 fear is public speaking. Death is like number 3. And then,
exactly.
And then
that's
he says
right.
that means that when you're at a funeral, most people at a funeral would rather give the eulogy than be in the casket.
That's right.
Or rather be in the casket than give the eulogy. That was where I was
right,
going with that.
Right.
So it's so true, and that's how I got into it. Actually, I had a fear of public speaking. I joined Toastmasters, which many people probably know about that, and that's when I discovered my passion for public speaking. So I went to, I decided to learn everything I could about public speaking because I wanted to be a professional speaker. And I joined the National Speakers Association. I was a member of ASTD, American Society of Training and Development. So I had a nice career of training and development, of public speaking, professional speaking, and I still take on clients today. So if anyone needs professional speaking coaching or seminar on public speaking, I'm able to do that.
But you've kind of diversified from that public speaking thing really into this other more, I don't know if I want to say the word spiritual or whatever. What happens there when you move from straight public speaking into these other areas? How does that come about?
What comes about is a recession. That's what happens.
And a rethinking.
Yeah. Well, because what happened, I had my business and I worked very hard at it. And then the recession hit in 2008, I believe it was. I mean, right before that, I was flying to Asia, staying at 5-star hotels, doing a wonderful public speaking program, came back, and everything stopped when that recession hit.
Yes, it did.
And then for the next few years, I pounded the pavement. And so the spirituality part came in where I finally had to give up my goals and my dreams. Right. And I surrendered. And I said, okay, God, universe, what do you want me to do? I can't do it, and nothing's happening. And the next thing I knew, I was planning a weekend trip to Vermont with my social club, because I've always led social clubs on the side. Yes. I've always started up and ran, so I've always been planning activities and social clubs. And at the time I was running a singles club or social club, and I planned this trip, which then led me to starting a new travel club, which then led me to traveling all over the world with my trip as a group leader, where we went to Ireland and the Amalfi Coast in Italy and the Azores and different places like that, where I would take my group with a professional tour company, and I would be able to go for free because I brought all these people.
That's so good.
And then I would plan weekend trips throughout, and that led me to a position as a tour director with these tour companies, so I was able to travel a lot more. And then I discovered Zentangle, so I decided to get certified in that, and that's just a very spiritual, meditative type of thing. And then that led me to HeartSong, and also I've done other things. I started SED Talks, Spiritual Educational Delightful Talks, and that brought me to HeartSong too, because they wanted me to bring some of those talks to HeartSong, where I brought in outside speakers. So to getting back to the spirituality, and I'm a strong believer in just turning my life over to a higher power and be guided. And that's what's led me to where I am today.
That's excellent. It's that idea of surrender. And that's a big part of yoga, too, is just surrendering to your path. It is what it is. Exactly. And I think the recession brought about a lot of changes. And this for you, is a very positive one.
It's a very positive one, but also I think it's a positive for everybody. It's just how we look at it. Here, I could have said, 10 years I worked on my business. It was my dream to be the best professional speaker out there. But I didn't go there. I just said, what do you want me to do? And immediately, I think it was like minutes later, I was planning a trip to Vermont, and my life just got better. Yeah. So
I think we are so busy kind of resisting or clinging to the past that we sometimes don't let go to move forward. So very true. Yes. It's a hard thing to do. Now, is there anything else you want to say about HeartSong before we move on?
Well, the only other thing would be if there's any events that I didn't mention, but I would just reiterate that we would also are open for anybody who's watching or knows somebody who would like to come to HeartSong and offer their services to do a program, to do a workshop. And you get lots of publicity. We're in the town crier, we're on Facebook. Oh, we have a great Facebook page too. So if you're on Facebook, please like our page. I think it's under HeartSong Wellness Milford on the Facebook page. So we keep lots of updates there. We have a newsletter as well. So if you go to the website and just fill in the form, you'll get updated newsletters. And one last thing is, this is a nonprofit organization, as I think you might have mentioned earlier. So all the proceeds go to help the church stay open to continue serving the community with HeartSong, with community supper, and with the affordable child care.
It's a wonderful program. And there's a certain sadness when the church, this church community kind of, rather than losing their church, they've branched out and they've embraced this new thing, and you can see it kind of like a rebirth, almost like a rebirth in that church, as you see them struggle with this change and now coming to fruition. And a beautiful thing for the town of Milford, I don't even think that they really understand yet, but I'm hoping that people will come to know how much HeartSong could bring to them, and at a reasonable price, and just many, many subjects. I thank you very much, Jacki Rose, for being on my program again. And we're going to move to the mat and do a little yoga.
Excellent.
Sounds good.
Excellent.
So we begin today by drawing the attention to the breath and just noticing the rise and the fall of your breath. And as we focus on the breath, we just allow our concerns to move aside. Maybe just acknowledging them. We don't try to force them not to come. The thoughts will come. We acknowledge them and then just allow them to pass by like a movie scene. And we return to the inhalation and the exhalation. And as we do inhale, draw in a nice sense of peacefulness. And as you exhale, just let go of anything that you don't need anymore, just letting that move into the mat. So let's just begin to take a fuller breath. So we'll try a 3-part breath, just breathing into the belly, filling it up to the rib cage and all the way to the top of the chest. And we pause a second and then we release the chest, the ribs, the belly. And just returning to the natural rhythm of the breath. And as you rest here for a moment, just take the time to mentally scan the body, noticing the body, any areas that might be tight. So as we're in the positions, as we're in the asanas, the postures, we can be thinking about how they make us feel, not only physically, noticing the areas that might be a little strained or tight, but also emotionally, what holds us back from those asanas emotionally as well. So bring the arms straight up in the air. Let the shoulders settle down onto the floor. And then spread the fingers wide and then make a loose fist. And then spread them wide and make a loose fist. And then press the palms up towards the ceiling, stretching the wrist, and then drop the fingertips down. And then again, pressing the hands up, stretching the front of the wrist there, and then down. And then draw the fingers together and interlace them, and then push up to the ceiling. Stretch the arms and the shoulders, and then inhale to the chest. And exhale forward. Inhale. Exhale up. Separate the arms and then extend the arms long as you just reach through. So you'll notice as Jackie extends through the arms and the legs, I have a little bit of a rib injury at this point, so I am not extending fully through the arms. However, you can see how Jackie is doing that. So when we are doing yoga, sometimes we have injuries to our body or whatever. So often we can continue to do the yoga. In my case, I will focus on the bottom of my body and on the meditation piece. And I'm just leaving the top of my body alone a little bit for now. Now, sometimes it's good to continue working the body, but if you have inflammation and you continue to stretch, that may not be the best thing to do. Sometimes you need to rest the body. And then bring those arms down by the sides. Bring your feet to the floor one at a time. And I think I'll just take off those socks. Bringing the feet to the floor, and just remove your pillow from underneath your head and set that aside. And then bring the knees up to the chest and gently rock the legs in and out, making sure they're not together, they're hip distance apart. And then let the arms go long and just rock back and forth across the lower sacrum. Now, across that sacrum, which is that lower part of the back. And sacrum actually means sacred, so it's considered the sacred bone because it is like the foundation of the body, the holy bone. And then coming back, cross the ankles and widen your knees just a little bit. And then begin to rotate those around. Bringing the knees in and around the front. Moving over that lower back and warming up the lower back, very important. And then come back to the center and with your knees crossed, rock back and forth. And then coming back to center. See if you can squeeze them either by holding behind, in front, or the feet even if you can, and just drawing that in. So we give that abdominal, the organs there, a nice squeeze to get rid of some of those toxins. And then release the feet to the floor. Allow your left leg to go long and draw your right knee into your chest. And as you do this, notice the left leg is flat across the floor there and the toes are upwards. And then extend the right leg up as you just interlace behind. We lengthen the arms as much as we can, keeping the chin even, so be careful that you're not doing this. Keep that chin even, point and flex the foot. The left toes stay up to the ceiling. And then press the sole up and draw the thigh to the chest and then push it back up. And then bring the sole of that foot right above the knee, opposite knee. Right hand comes down and left draws that over. Top of the body moves a little to the right. Take a breath. Inhaling to center. Extend the legs, extend the arms, reach behind you, and then exhaling down. Draw the left knee into the chest and let the right leg be long. Take a breath. So we do tend to stop breathing sometimes. Extend the left leg. I had a new student the other day and she said, "Oh, it's a good thing you keep saying breathe." It's just one of those things. Point and flex the foot. And then press the sole upwards. Draw the thigh down. And then push it back up. Stretching that hamstring. Spread the toes if you can. And then take the sole of that left foot above the right knee. Don't put any pressure there. Left hand face down, right comes over. You want to try to make a nice straight line from the hip to the knee there, as much as possible. And I sometimes like to even just massage down here. I'll do it myself or for my students. Sometimes feels good too. You have that IT band that gets tight along the side of the leg. Inhaling up to center. Extend the legs, extend the arms. And then coming down, bring your feet up to the floor again, and then draw the knees into the chest and extend the legs upwards. Point and flex the feet. And push the soles up, draw the thighs down, bring your hands between in prayer, and then take the outsides of your feet in happy baby. Try to just rock back and forth a little. And then bring the soles of the feet together and point the toes upwards. And then release the feet down to the floor. Let's roll over and we'll just come up to a seated position. Bringing your legs underneath you. And as we do that, we try to bring the feet as much under the knees as possible. And bring the hands beside you as you lift the fingertips and just open the chest. So just lifting and opening up, and take a breath, making space in the chest. Bring the arms up overhead, interlace them, extend way up like Jackie is back there. And then exhale down. Bring one arm up by your ear and drape it over your head, and then just let the neck move to one side. So just stretch the neck a little. Straighten the head, bring the arm up, lean to the side. Nice long line of energy up the side, staying grounded on the buttocks. Coming back, other arm comes up, drape, and then moving to the side. And then straighten the head, straighten the arm, and move over a little. Just stretching through the side. And then coming back up. Bring the hands together like a beach ball. Inhale, open. Lift the chin a little. Exhale back. Head comes level. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Slide the shoulder blades together. Exhale. And then bringing the hands down. Let's just come long on the mat for a minute, bringing the legs in front of us. Tap the legs. Bring the hands next to the sides and lift and open the chest. And then reach forward with the feet at hip distance and lift the chest. So we keep the chest nice and lifted. We keep the back straight and take a breath into the chest. And then coming back up. Cross your right leg over your left. And then take your left hand to the outside of your right leg as you extend the spine and move into a twist. Take a breath. Whenever we do that twisting action, it's good for the body. Coming back to center, uncross, left foot over right, take the right hand to the outside of the left thigh, extend the spine twist. Nice big breath. Toes are up. And then coming back to center. Okay, let's come up to table position for a minute. Let's start here, tap the feet. And then come into flat back, head up. Exhale, round and tuck. Inhale, head up. Exhale, round and tuck. Come back to a head up position. Tuck the toes and just walk back and come up and take your blanket off. And we'll just come here. And let's step wide on the mat. And as we step wide, we make sure that we're making the feet even and parallel. And then we'll turn the right foot out all the way, or the left for us, Jackie, and then that back one in a little bit. Extend the arms, and then bend the forward knee. And we come into that nice place where the knee sits right over the ankle. And you'll see with Jackie how that's nice and even. The knee moves towards the little toe side rather than the big toe side. She's got a nice anchored back leg. She keeps her arms nice and even. And then bring that front arm down as you extend over an extended side angle. So we just reach. Come back up to center, bring the hands to the hips. Bring your feet forward. And then reach the arms up, lifting out of the waistline. And then extend and just take a hold of your legs wherever they fall, your hands fall, and look back behind you. Again, the weight moving to the outside edges of the feet so that the inner groin does not collapse. And just taking a breath. And then bring your hands up to your hips and bring your torso up. And bring your feet together for a moment, either walking or hopping. Inhale, round the shoulders. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Now bring the shoulders up to the ears on your inhalation. Exhale, ha, ha. Inhale up. Exhale, ha, ha. Inhale up. Exhale, ha, ha. Now let's step wide again because we need to do the other side. We always do the other side. So we turn that left foot out all the way, the back one in. Extend the arms. Make sure the torso is nice and tall and bend that forward knee. Keep the arms nice and level. Relax them away from the ears. Keep the back foot nice and grounded. Front leg, thigh parallel to the floor. Take a breath. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Bring the front arm down, extend the other one over. Extended side angle. Coming back up. Hands to hips, feet to front, feet to center. Come to the top. Make sure your feet are even and parallel. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Step back with the left foot, bringing the right one over the knee. drop the back knee. Bring that front foot, knee right over the ankle. And let the flat foot be back, flat in the back, Jackie. Yeah, just let it come there. Bring this up. See if we can tuck that and come up. And if not, stay on the back knee, because that's good, because there's all different levels of where you can be at. So this is good if you can do that, good. Bring the arms back if you can in jet airplane. And then bring the hands down, drop the back knee, bring that foot back and bring the other one forward. Bring the hands up and then tuck that back toe and come up. If you can, or stay right where you are. So you create some resistance with the back foot. Bring the arms back in jet airplane. And then bring the hands down and step forward with the other foot and come up. Inhale up. And then coming forward. Let's try eagle. So in eagle, we're gonna, first of all, let's just bring the hands to the shoulders here a bit and just open that up a little. And the other way. Okay, and let's try bringing the right foot and bending it down a little bit and lift the left leg way up and wrap it over. Just set it on the floor. And then bring your arms up and take the right over the left. And just raise those up. So just always planting the seed and just attempting. And then relaxing. And now we'll bend the left knee. Lift the right leg way up and wrap it around. So really, the tighter you get the thighs in together, the better. And then you take the left over the right arm. And just, if you can, lifting the other foot or just staying right where you are. And as you move the shoulders, elbows away and up. And then relaxing. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Coming into that Uttanasana, that forward fold, looking back between the legs. And then just softening the knees and coming up. Bring the hands above, one to each elbow. Lean to the side. And then roll that forward a little. Just rolling those ribs. And then come back up. Center. Over to the side. And then rolling those ribs forward. So we're just hitting some different spots and then coming back up. Bring the elbows down. Bring them to the left and the head to the right. And then switch over, bring the elbows to the right, the head to the left. And then coming back to center. Extend the arms, exhale down. Okay, let's try to come to the front here again, and we'll do chair. So let's do chair. As we do that, we make sure the feet are even and parallel, and we just bend the knees so that we come into that sitting position. We can bring the arms either right out in front, which I'm going to leave them here today, or you can bring them up as close to your ears as vertical to the ears as possible. So because of the rib thing, I'm going to stay right about here. And this builds strength and endurance. It's dynamic, so as you settle down, you lift. And then bring the hands and interlace them behind and lift the chest. And then let the hands rest on the lower back and come down. Bring the chest to the thighs. Let your hands come down beside you. And see if you can leave your chest on your thighs as much as possible as you straighten your legs. And then coming back up. Let's just try warrior one. So bring the hands to the hips. Step back with the right foot angled out a little bit. Torso is forward. Extend your arms up. as you bend the forward knee. Coming into that nice warrior one where the front sits right over the ankles. It does such a beautiful pose. The back leg is strong. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1, and then stepping forward and back into that position. And now we step back with the other foot. So that back foot is out a little bit. Torso is this way. Extend the arms up, or if you can, bend that forward knee. And just coming into that warrior one. Now, if you're not feeling it, get yourself down there a little more. Feel it more into the buttocks area and such. Virabhadrasana 1. Hands to the hips, step forward. And now we'll come back and we'll put our blanket down, and we're just going to do a few minutes of meditation and our little Shavasana. And just have your pillow nearby. So we come to Sukhanasana now, simple seated position. And we close the eyes. And we bring our attention now to the brow chakra, right between the eyebrows. It's our place of intuition and dreaming and concentration, our imagination. So we just focus our attention there, and we'll do one Om as we inhale to begin. Just try 2 rounds of Ujjayi breath. So remember, with Ujjayi breath, we constrict slightly at the back of the throat so that we make that little noise, ocean sounding breath. So let's try that twice. That's a great breath to use after a cold, or when you have a cold, to clear the phlegm from the body. So let's come now to Shavasana. Just lying down, bringing the pillow under the head and resting. And while we rest here, we allow our concerns to stay away for a little while longer. We bring our attention to the feet as we allow the feet to relax. We let the arches soften and the heels descend. We allow the back of the body to rest. As we inhale, we expand the chest. As we exhale, we relax the back. We notice the weight of our legs. We soften the abdomen. We relax all the internal organs. We let the shoulders rest. We allow the heart to soften. We allow ourselves to be more loving and compassionate. rest the hands, releasing all of the fingers and relaxing them, softening the palm of the hand. Relax the muscles of the face, soften the mouth, soften the eyes, relax the tongue. As you inhale, breathe in a sense of tranquility. As you exhale, surrender. Rest your mind. Just quote Ram Dass for a minute. We are fascinated by the words, but it is in the silence behind them that we meet. We'll slowly turn to the side and just rest for a moment. We rest with a feeling of surrender, of understanding that we have a path to walk and that we walk it. And then we'll gently come up to a seated position. Bring the hands together. Press the thumb and the pinky together and raise the hands up, opening the middle fingers and bringing the lotus blossom above the crown of the head and allow it to fill with blessings. And then bring the hands together and into the heart. And bow the busy, thinking, intelligent, intellectual mind to the more intuitive wisdom of the heart. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way home. Namaste. Thank you.